Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. Hope you are doing well. The links to Max Aarons grow stronger by the day, and Moises Caicedo, or Moise Caicedo, however it's pronounced, looks like a done deal. That's what we'll be talking about in today's video. Transfer Daily with TripleM. Please do hit that thumbs up as it's massively important to us as a channel if you want to support us, and don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. Max Aarons, I've read a few things about him. I've obviously watched him at Norwich for a bit. Right back who's been targeted by Manchester United. Now, Fabrizio Romano and a few other credible sources such as the Manchester Evening News, the Daily Mail, they're a bit hit and miss, to be fair. But when Fabrizio Romano talks about something, you can take it as gospel. Basically saying that Manchester United, there has been no formal bid and no formal approach from the club. However, he is in their radar, and Manchester United have shown interest in the right back. And I think this is very, very, very important because of where Manchester United are at the moment. You look at Manchester United, sat joint top of the table with Liverpool. We are 3 or 4 players from genuinely being a force to reckon with, in my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. I think we need a centre-back, non-negotiable. We need a CDM who can dominate and boss the midfield alone for the next 4 to 5 years at Manchester United, non-negotiable. And we probably need a creative right winger, or a creative winger in general, who's two-footed and can offer a different dimension to Manchester United's attack, seeing as Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford being our primary wide players are too similar. But something we don't hear a lot of in the Manchester United fan base at the moment is how much we need competition for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We have Alex Telles next to Luke Shaw, and look at what that's done for Luke Shaw. Now, Luke Shaw defensively has always been solid in my opinion, and has been the epitome of a defensive left back. However, going forward, you can tell it is very unnatural for him. He struggles, he's very one-dimensional. There isn't much to his game, and recently he's starting to improve that. His dribbling past the man and his ability to get past the man is still not amazing, but he can whip in across, and the way he plays off of Marcus Rashford on that left-hand side, the 1-2 combinations between the two of them are magnificent. Similarly, on the right-hand side, we have seen the same thing with Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Marcus Rashford. But with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think he still is a long, long way of where he needs to go. And so I look at someone like Max Aarons and the strong links to him, and I get very excited as a Manchester United fan, because I see someone there who had the license to dribble and go up the pitch much more than Manchester United fullbacks are accustomed to. He can dribble and get past the man. I'm not sure about his ability to whip in across, but I would bet my money that he's better than Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, because they are awful at whipping in crosses, fam. Yes, they can whip in the odd one here and there, but consistency is key. And based on what I watched at Norwich, plus some of the reports I've seen of Max Aarons, he is a magnificent attacking fullback. It's defensively where he perhaps lacks the intensity. He doesn't have the same intensity as Wan-Bissaka, and that is where you might look at Max Aarons and say, okay, maybe he's a bit of a downgrade from Wan-Bissaka. His physicality is nowhere near as intense as Wan-Bissaka. He's not as physically imposing, and he obviously is still very, very young. So he still needs time to develop into the right back that we need. But I think this is the perfect signing, because he wouldn't be a permanent starter, but rather somebody who can keep Wan-Bissaka on his toes and give us something different from the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka does need to rest. As elite as he has been for Manchester United, we have seen in recent weeks that he is not a robot. He is not perfect. He is not immune to bad games. And similarly, much like Luke Shaw, he can do with someone in training who he can bounce ideas off of, who he can learn off of. Somebody perhaps maybe when he's sitting on the bench in a Carabao Cup game, he can look at and say, ooh, I want to implement that into my game. So that's the angle or my thinking behind being excited for this Max Aarons deal. Whether or not Manchester United will actually get it done or should get it done, I think the answer is absolutely yes, 100%. We do need a centre-back desperately, and I expect us to have strong links towards centre-backs in the coming weeks in January, because we're still only a few days into the new year. However, we do need a right-back as well, and we do need a centre-back as well, and we probably still need a winger. So in terms of importance, I would probably say we need a centre back, we need another full back, we need a CDM, because the reason why CDM is third on the list is because at least we have Matic, and Mick seems to be a very dominant duo, not just in terms of the eye test, but in terms of statistically, they are our best midfield duo at the moment since Bruno Fernandes has joined. Factually speaking, we've won more games with them than we have with any other midfield combination since Bruno Fernandes has arrived. So that's why I put DM as a lower priority than our fullback position. If something happens to Wan-Bissaka, we're screwed. If something happens to McTominay or Fred, at least we've got Matic, at least we've got Van der Beek, at least we've got Pogba who can do a job. Right back, we don't have anyone. We don't have anyone. Williams is not a sustainable option for the long term, I don't think. I think he needs to go out on loan somewhere. So that's why I'm excited about this Max Aarons. But anyways, moving on before I completely run out of breath and lose my voice. It's probably about time to wrap this video up, but before we do, moving on, Moise Caicedo seems like pretty much a done deal at the moment, and I am very, very excited, because if we can get Max Aarons in, a centre-back, get Moise Caicedo in, as well as Amad Diallo, I think that's a good bit of business for Manchester United. I think that's a phenomenal bit of business. I think it finally shows that we're moving away from this model of signing 30-year-old has-beens who don't want to come here and are mercenaries and are only here for the money. I think it's a brilliant step in the right direction. And those names that I just mentioned there, Caicedo, Diallo, Aarons, they're probably not going to come here and hit the ground running. Aarons is probably in the best position to come in and hit the ground running out of those three, to be fair, because he's actually Premier League proven. But when I look at those other two, it's exciting because I don't quite know where they are. I think in relation to Pellistri, someone like Pellistri, they will be much, much higher in the pecking order and get into the first team a lot quicker. However, we'll just have to wait and see how things pan out when they train at the first team. Anyways, I'm not going to keep you here much longer. Please do leave a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe, as a subscription to the channel will be absolutely magnificent and massively appreciated. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Transfer Daily with TripleM. Peace out.